Yo, while the newest Genshin 4.5 patch is probably going to be, pretty sleeper, probably one of the most sleeper patches besides, maybe if you want Shiori, you got like a little week of content there, something like that. We are getting some new TCG cards. Oh my god, I love TCG. We're getting Kirara, we're getting Charlotte, Neuvillete, and the Electro Sinsin Mage. Seems pretty interesting. Fatui decks are definitely going to be eating with another Fatui character getting added, I'm not going to lie. Now, I have not played TCG in a bit, but, I still know my OG Hu Tao Yalan deck still goes crazy. My Hu Tao Raiden, I got my old decks, they still go crazy. I haven't been playing in a minute, though, I'm not going to lie. Been on HSR and stuff, but let's get into it. So, we got Charlotte here, new card. Let's get surely a new tab of this, looks better. That looks a little bit better if we like full screen it. Okay, so, Catalyst character always does infuse damage for the basic for 1 damage. She has no change in that. Her skill does 1 damage and then applies Snappy Silhouette to the target, and after that does 1 damage and it lasts for 2 turns and does another damage. Also, if only 1 usage is remaining, it does another damage. So it does 3 damage over 2 turns, so you could like set up reactions with this. Seems pretty good. So you could go like cryo swap, do like maybe whichever element you want to do, maybe a superconduct, maybe a melt, something like that. Maybe something you got planned going on there. It seems pretty decent, and you can do that twice. And then her ult, Charlotte is a healer. Her ult is going to be 2 HP over 2 turns from end phase and does 1 damage. Okay, so she's not going to do that much damage, but she can prepare for reactions, which can be nice. Seems solid. And then what's her talent card? Talent card, combat option. She uses her skill immediately, and when she's on the field with this card, if anyone uses a normal attack, Snappy Silhouette will heal your character. Ooh. Wait, that's pretty good. This is low-key better than Chi-Chi, I'm not gonna lie. Charlotte might make Chi-Chi kind of useless. Besides the fact that Chi-Chi can revive your whole team, I'm not gonna lie, for like normal attack healing, I feel like this is just way better. 2 HP heal, and this lasts for 2 turns, and you don't have to ult to get it. You can literally just play for this card. There's a ton of card manipulation in the game nowadays, and you can just play for this card, have Charlotte do her skill, and your character on field is literally just perma healing, which is pretty nice. You can get literally like 4 HP off of this, and if you ult on top of that, you have like 6 HP. That's pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. Just the 4 HP itself is pretty insane. I feel like she's gonna be pretty strong. Seems pretty balanced though, nothing like broken, but you could definitely work a lot with her. Then we've got just a little, showcase what her skill does. Seems clean. I think the TCG effects always look pretty clean. I like how they've done the cards. We've got Neuvillete here. I've actually been interested in Neuvillete because Neuvillete in game, it's very interesting on what he would do in terms of TCG, since like, he can't really summon a Kamehameha, he can't be like, but so still Catalyst basic attack, regular basic attack. His skill does 2 damage and creates a source water droplet, okay, just like in game. After he uses a normal attack, it heals him for 2 HP, and after this he prepares a skill and does Equitable Judgment. Oh, and it can stack. Okay. After normal attack, you do 2 Hydro damage on top of your 1, and then if you have 6 HP, you drain damage, but you also gain 1 damage. Interesting. So the next turn of it would gain 1 damage, based on your stacks, I'm assuming? I see. And then his ult does 2 damage, and... Ooh, wait, actually does 4 damage. 2 damage to the main person you target, and then 1 damage to the side units. Wait, is this piercing damage going to be Hydro? It says it's in blue. I wonder if that's just going to be like regular, like the physical piercing, or if that means like he can do Hydro to all 3 units. That would be kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. If you do that with like Dvalin or something, that sounds insane. And it's a 2-cost ult. It does do no damage, so it kind of makes sense. He's probably going to go crazy Hydro carry. He might be as crazy as in-game. Let's see his talent card here. Talent card is immediately equips it, uses his skill once. After he triggers Hydro-related reactions, he gets +1 damage for his next 2 instances of damage. So pretty much you just get his passive. That makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, this card's gonna go hard. If you can literally like nuke with this. You can get like a 5 damage attack, and then if you react with that on top of this, and if you have the damage bonus from this, you'd be like doing like 6 damage, and then if you have a reaction on top of that doing extra damage, you could do like almost like an OTK. Okay. Definitely hyped to see the potential of Neuvillete. I think you're gonna go crazy. Definitely gonna go crazy. See what his ult looks like. Ult looks just like in game. Okay, it is just 1 piercing damage. Regular piercing. Okay. So just Hydro onto the main person and then piercing onto the sides. And then we have Kirara here. Let's see what Kirara's got going on. So Kirara, physical damage on basic. Yep, that's normal. And then her skill does no damage, but after you switch characters, you deal damage and you draw a card. Also, you grant 2 shield points to your active character. Oh my god, wait, this might go crazy. Quick swap Kirara with Tanari deck might actually go insane. My OG Tanari deck was Tanari, Kudosara, and like, I don't know, Fischl or Kole, depends which I want to play. I'm not gonna lie, Kirara in that deck sounds very nice. Because usually I have dual DPS in that team, I have like 2 characters doing damage. But you could just full send Tanari with this. Or you could have like a Fischl deck with this, like an on-field Fischl, and get the swap and the extra card. Ooh, her skill seems pretty nice. Only thing about her skill is that it doesn't do damage immediately, and it's only 1 damage. So like, you're kind of spending dice just for supporting, but you do get 2 shield points, which is going to be good. Then her ult, her ult's kind of a nuke though. 4 damage, and it creates a Catgrass Cardamon. What does that do? After the side of the field that this card is on, play 2 action cards, do 1 Dendro damage to active character on that side. Ooh, so it does damage based on your opponent's actions. Okay. So you kind of use her ult as like a punishment. I see. Okay, let's see your talent card. Talent card, it does her skill, and then after she does this, spend 1 less elemental die when swapping characters. Ooh, okay, she's gonna go crazy with quick swap then. You get her card. Yeah, so you just 0 cost swap to your character, and if you have quick swap on top of that, you're gonna be spending 0 dice to swap and do energy. Or, and have your shield and do Dendro damage. Kirara and Aggravate, definitely gonna go crazy. Or maybe if you have like a Bloom deck with like Nilu or something, definitely gonna go crazy for sure. This is a pretty big buff to Dendro reaction, I'm not gonna lie. Kirara seems very strong. And then lastly, we have the Mage here. Let's see your ult though. 4 damage, cute animation. And it shows got the little mark on them, I see. The Sinsin Mage, let's see what the Sinsin Mage got going on. Sinsin Mage with her fine ass. Let's see what she got going on here. Basic Catalyst, basic attack. Her skill, let's see what she got going on. Oh, she kind of plays like the Crow Sinsin Mage. It does damage after the end phase, so she's going to be a reaction setup person. She doesn't have any shielding, it seems, just probably extra damage. Oh wait, she does do shielding too. Wait, she literally is just the Electro version of the Crow Sinsin Mage. Her skill does 1 damage for 3 turns. After your opponent plays cards, though, this gains usage. So slightly different. If you do a reaction to her, though, you can punish her by making her lose usage on her skill. Interesting. Her ult does 1 damage, and then self-applies Electro. I think Sinsin Mage ult does more damage. Provides 1 shield point for your active character, and if you have Sinsin Mage on the field, increases the shield by the amount of usage. Yep, that's just like the Crow one. And then it does 2 damage after for 1 turn. So this is like 3 damage overall, 1 on the cast, and then 2 after the turn goes. And her talent card here uses Misty Call once if she's on the field equipped with this. And the usage at least 3, it'll immediately do damage. Yeah, so she's literally just like the Crow Sinsin Mage with like a little bit of difference. She can get punished for if you do a reaction to her, and then she has the extra cards thing. She has the cards punishment. So she punishes the enemy for using cards, but she gets punished if you do a reaction damage to her. So this seems interesting. And then just showing her ult. Oh, her ult animation's kind of clean though. Okay, ult animation's fire. I like that. Reminds me of like Infamous almost. And then we've got the weapons here, and then like new artifacts. Oh my god, they added a lot. Holy. Dude, imagine if you quit TCG for like a patch, you come back, and they just add so much. They've been speeding it up 100%. I seen like a spread recently of like all of the characters, and like I didn't even know we're so close to having all of the characters almost. I wonder when we get to all of the characters, they're just gonna release like new character and then their card comes out immediately. Tome of the Internal Flow, just Neuvillette's signature. This is pretty much just like Neuvillette's signature actually. Extra damage, and then after you take damage or healed, you get 2 bonus damage. Yeah, okay, Neuvillette with weapon is literally gonna be OTK. You can just full funnel to Neuvillette. I think Neuvillette's gonna be like a round 2 or round 3, like insta kill if you get his full setup. Kind of like Zhongli almost. End phase, Golden Troop, whoever this is attached to, when you play a talent card or character uses a skill, consume it to spend 1 less elemental die. Okay, and that's a single use for 0 cost. Interesting. I feel like they might make this a 1 cost. I don't know though. Yeah, I feel like they might make this a 1 cost. This seems like this could be really strong to make it cost less. And it's just on talent or skill. This seems like it can be pretty strong. Fortress of Mirrorblade. When your active character takes damage or is healed, you get prohibition points. And when the action phase begins, you get 4. Oh no, if you have 4 points, then they would be consumed, and 1 strictly prohibited will be created in your opponent's playing field. What does that do? Ooh, event cards played on this side of the field this round will be invalid. Ooh, okay. A little bit of a punish if your opponent tries to do something on the round that this is set up for. Because this takes, what? Oh, wait, you could actually cast this in 1 turn, and if you know your opponent is, like, setting up for their next turn, they just can't do anything. They would have to stop setting up for next turn and set up for, like, the turn after that, because then this card's gonna go off. Lumistone, the Chasm thing. 2 cost. After you play an action card, if this card is on the field and you have 3, and if you've already played 3 action cards, draw 1 card and create a dice. Okay, a nice little dice generator, and it has 3 uses. Okay. Controlled Directional Blast. Oh, this looks sick. What is that? Something getting blown up? Yo, this card actually looks cool. I swear the card arts they do are like actually insane. Can only be played when there's a total of at least 4 cards in your opponent's support zone. All summons in both sides lose 1 usage. Oh, all summons on both sides lose 1 usage. So kind of like Zhao card, except they have to have 4 cards in their opponent's support zone. I guess just a summon counter, and it's a 1 cost. Okay. If your opponent has a lot of setup going on and you want to like slow that down, you can just play this. Seems nice. And then, is this another Arcane card? They're releasing a lot of Arcane cards. I thought Arcane cards were going to be really slow. They've been releasing a ton of them. Because these are usually like pretty game-changing, since you can only cast 1 of them. During this round, your target character takes -1 damage. Wait, that seems crazy. Wait, that actually seems crazy. This Arcane card seems insane. If you have an on-field character and they're getting healed with this -1 damage, oh my god, Pyro Fatui might get like unnerfed with this card. Because he did lose his 10 HP recently. Wait, Pyro Fatui with this card sounds crazy. Bro, imagine you have Pyro Fatui with his damage reduction, and you have this damage reduction. He's gonna have like effectively like 13 HP almost per round. That is insane. What the? Yeah, Pyro Fatui with this card seems crazy. There's probably other synergies I'm not thinking of. I mean, obviously there's other synergies. Just if you have an on-field DPS, even if they're not getting healed, and you just want them to not die as fast, you have like an ult doing 9 damage, and you know, you got like 8 HP, you just start tanking that junk. Or if you know you're about to take a lot of like big hits, like a lot of like 4 damage hits, make those 3 damage hits, you stay alive for 1 extra turn. A lot of potential with this Arcane card. I think this is going to be very popular. But yeah, that is all of the new TCG stuff. Oh, there's some balance changes here as well. Let's see what they got going on here. Elemental dice costs and effects for Gilded Dreams. Oh, I heard Gilded Dreams going to get nerfed because it was so busted. It generates too much dice. Yeah, they're just pretty much nerfing how much dice it generates. 2 dice instead of 3 dice. And it's more specific on how it generates the dice. Jade Chamber. Ooh. Jade Chamber is going to create dice now? they've been consistently buffing Jade Chamber. They made it go all the way from 2 cost to 0 cost, and now they're making it so it generates a dice if you have 3 cards in your hand. Oh, if you have no more than 3 cards in your hand. That's pretty easy to have, I'm not gonna lie, to play for. This seems pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. And then Knights of Favonius Library just buffed. It's gonna be 0 cost. Yeah, they've been buffing a lot of OG cards that were 1 cost to just 0 cost. It makes sense though, because a lot of the newer cards are 0 cost and they're like way more OP. Note, some talent cards can create effects by playing them and not equal to the character description of card. Probably just a specifics change. Probably there's like a wording issue or something. But I think that is all. That is all of the TCG. Let me know what you guys think about this. I know it hasn't been a TCG upload on the channel in a minute, but yeah, nice little TCG card review. Definitely hype for these new cards. Seems like a lot of potential in these new cards and stuff like that. But I'll be seeing y'all. Good.